We'll start with some breaking news coming in at this moment. Opposition parties in Karnataka are demanding a CBI probe into the death of IAS officer DK Ravi. MLAs from BJP and the JDS spent the night in the assembly premises in Bengaluru. The case was handed over from Bengaluru City Police to the CID yesterday. But even before the post-mortem report was out, the State Home Minister delivered his own verdict saying it was a case of suicide. Let's quickly listen into the reactions that have come in so far. Let's now cut across live to T.S. Sudhir, who joins us at this moment. T.S. Sudhir, this clearly seems, number one, to be a case where political parties have jumped into the fray. This issue is highly politicized now. We can see that these MLAs are walking out of the Vidhan Sauda in Bengaluru. But do take us through what really is the demand at this moment, and why is the government so keen to jump to a conclusion that this is a case, prima facie at least, of suicide?
Well, both the Bengaluru Police Commissioner on the night when the body was found, as well as the Home Minister yesterday in the Assembly, said it was a case of suicide, and that has been criticized by most people as a way of prejudging this entire case. What the opposition parties, both the BJP and the JDS, are united in demanding is that the case should now be handed over to the CBI and not the CID, because they believe that only a CBI probe will actually unearth the entire truth. They do realize that this is a case which has put the ruling Congress government on the back foot, because here was an officer extremely popular among the people, known for his integrity and honesty, and having taken on the big fish in both Kolar and in Bengaluru since November last year. So here is a case they can actually embarrass the Congress government, and the Siddaramaiah government actually hasn't really played its cards well in the last 48 hours, actually bumbling its way through, first by prejudging the case even before a postmortem report is on, and now after having handed over the case to the CID, finds itself on the back foot politically, because all the opposition MLAs staying the night in Vidhan Sauda to send a message that they want to put pressure and mount pressure on the government to hand over this case to the CBI.
Now, how far have the investigation in this case reached, Sudhir? Because that is going to be very, very crucial, depending on the fact that this case is intensely politicized. Political parties have jumped into the fray, not just in Karnataka, but this issue likely to be raised in the Lok Sabha as well.
I've been speaking to a few police officers who have been connected with this particular case in Bengaluru. What they tell me is that first and most critical will be the post-mortem report, which they're expecting to come sometime later tonight or perhaps by tomorrow. That will give some kind of an indication of which way this case could go. Number two is the forensic evidence which will be collected from the place which has already been collected to a large extent. And third is the circumstantial evidence, the evidence which will be provided by the driver of DK Ravi, who dropped him at his home sometime around 11:30 the day before yesterday morning. Also the watchman, because there were reports that some unidentified visitors had come to DK Ravi's flat in Koramangala in the last 1 week. So that's the kind of circumstantial evidence which will be looked into. And number three and most critical will be the people who he has spoken to in the last 2 weeks. And that's going to be kind of a clincher in kind of determining whether he was disturbed, whether he was under any kind of pressure or duress in the last 2 weeks, which could have played a role in his possible suicide.
T.S. Sudhir joining us with all the latest at this moment. Now, refusing to concede the opposition demand for a CBI probe, the Karnataka government announced a CID inquiry into the death of an IAS officer who allegedly committed suicide under mysterious circumstances as the issue rocked the State Assembly yesterday. Mystery continues to shroud the death of the young officer who had taken on the sand mafia, corrupt politicians and business houses in his short but illustrious career. Now, amidst suspicion of foul play, tension was palpable in Kolar, a place where Ravi had carved the reputation of an honest official. The state government handed over the probe to the CID after the matter was raised in the Assembly. Main opposition, the BJP, is seeking a CBI probe. Not satisfied with Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's reply, opposition, the BJP and the Janata Dal members stormed into the well of the House and staged a dharna, raising slogans against the government for supposedly failing to protect honest officials, and protested through the night. Now, Karnataka Home Minister KJ George has not ruled out personal reasons that may have led to Ravi's death. But the Bengaluru top cop says prima facie it looks like a case of suicide.